A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English. That's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everyone, welcome back to A+ English. I'm Pat.
And I'm Mike.
And we're on day 2 of our culture shock article, which is all about masks, sickness, that kind of thing. And today's article's warm-up question is, do you always carry tissues or a handkerchief with you? We'll learn about handkerchiefs today, but why or why not?
Well, personally, yes, I always carry a handkerchief with me.
Okay.
I have it in my pocket. I don't know if it's clean. It's fairly clean.
It's pretty clean. We can show that on camera.
There you go. It's a very handy thing to have.
Okay.
Not only for wiping your nose or, wiping your face off, but I've actually given one away once. I met a friend and she was walking down the street crying because her cat had just died.
Oh.
And so I gave her a handkerchief. And,
that's nice.
It kind of served me well. I never actually got it back, but that was okay. I didn't expect to get it back.
Yeah, I always used to carry a handkerchief. It's something I've kind of got out of the habit of. My wife she preferred me to just have tissues.
I get called grandpa sometimes.
Yeah,
I have a handkerchief.
My wife just didn't like the idea that I could wipe it and then put it back in my pocket and
wash it.
Well, later,
yes.
But she just didn't like the fact it would go back if it was really dirty.
Okay.
So she wanted me to move to tissues, and particularly wet tissues. She never leaves home without those wet tissues.
Yeah, but those go in the garbage and stay there for hundreds of years.
Yeah, we do try to reuse and wash them and use them again, but yes, you will end up throwing them away. So there are different arguments for each one. But that's us. Let's see what happens in today's article with Simon and Lucia.
Culture shock! What to do with coughs and sneezes. Warm-up question. Do you always carry tissues or a handkerchief with you? Why or why not?
Simon and Lucia are sitting on the train. Lucia still has her mask on.
Do people in England wear masks on public transportation?
No, not even on the tube.
Really? So, what do you do?
If we have a cold, we try not to share it. Doctors say coughs and sneezes spread diseases.
How?
We have another saying, catch it, bin it, kill it.
How does that work?
Catch it means always cough or sneeze into a tissue or handkerchief.
Simon remembers sneezing into a tissue.
Achoo!
What if you don't have one?
You should sneeze or cough into your sleeve.
Simon remembers coughing into his sleeve.
Next, you bin it. Throw the tissue in the bin when you can.
Simon remembers throwing a tissue in the trash.
What about kill it?
That means wash your hands when you can.
Simon remembers washing his hands.
Or your sleeve?
Right. Word power!
Share. Share. Neil and Amanda bought a large pizza and shared it with their friends. Neil and Amanda bought a large pizza and shared it with their friends. Work. Work. The doctor gave me medicine for my headache, but it didn't work. My head still hurts. The doctor gave me medicine for my headache, but it didn't work. My head still hurts. Handkerchief. handkerchief. The old man used a handkerchief in his pocket to clean his glasses. The old man used a handkerchief in his pocket to clean his glasses. Wash. Wash. Eliza took a long shower and washed her hair. Eliza took a long shower and washed her hair.
认识字汇
Sneeze. Disease. Tissue. Sleeve.
All right, so what's going on in today's article?
All right, well, today we're still with Simon and Lucia, and they're still on their train trip. Remember, they were headed down to Tainan yesterday, but it wasn't so much about the trip. Yesterday's dialogue was all about the masks that Simon noticed people on the train wearing. Remember, he's from the UK, and it's not common to see people there out in public wearing masks unless, you're at
until now.
a hospital or something. But yes, until now, and even that took a little bit of time. But he's noticing a lot of people in Taiwan wear masks, and he was asking some questions about why. So today, what's happening? Well, Simon and Lucia, they're still on the train, and Lucia, well, she's still got her mask on. So we're probably around the middle of their journey or something like that.
That's right. So Lucia asks Simon, do people in England wear masks on public transportation? Now, you guys might know that the Chinese for this is 应该lan rather than 英国. I think a lot of people, when they say England, they just say 英国 instead of 应该lan. But 英国 means Britain. It's the 4 countries of the UK. Whereas she's asking about Simon's country, one of those 4, 应该lan. We have 3 others. So please do learn that. It's an important difference between saying England and Britain. The people who live there will be happier if you get that right.
All right, so back to the dialogue. Simon tells her, no, people do not wear masks in England or in Britain when they're on public transportation. And he adds, no, not even on the tube. All right.
The tube?
Yeah, the tube. That's a pretty good example to be using, because you might think it's different, because the tube is the underground, or the MRT, the subway, the metro, those trains that run under the city streets in big cities. In London, it was originally, or officially, it's called the London Underground, but because it still does run down these tunnels that are round, shaped like a tube, a very big straw or pipe or something like that. We also call those tubes, so that's kind of the nickname, like we call it the MRT here. We don't call it by the long full name. In the same way, in London, they call it the tube.
Yep, and you'd say a tube station, that kind of thing. So it's a good piece of British English slang to learn when you visit London. Hey, where's the nearest tube stop or tube station? They would tell you where it is. Now, Lucia, then she thinks people don't wear masks, and then asks, really? So what do you do? Like, if you're not going to wear a mask, but you've got a cold, what happens?
Okay, well, Simon explains if we have a cold, we try not to share it. Well, that's a good bit of advice. And here we have this word share, S-H-A-R-E. This word share is a verb, and it's also our very first word power word. So we're going to share a lot more about it with you. Well, to share something, this verb basically means to give something that you have or a part of something you have to someone else, or also just to have something in common, all right? We often use it with real objects, things in the world. If your friend forgot to bring lunch to school, you might share your sandwich with them. I have a full sandwich, I'll cut it in half. You have half, I have half. We are sharing my sandwich. But we can also use it with other things. Now, of course, you wouldn't want to share your friend's cold, but if your friend gets you sick, then you are sharing, unfortunately, the same cold. And we can can also share things that you can't really see or touch. You can share interests. If you and your friends both like basketball or the same kind of movie or computer game, you share those interests. Or if you think and feel the same way about some things, you could say, oh, we share the same opinion about this topic or about this subject. So basically, it's things that we have in common, or if it's something you can actually take and break or cut apart, you can also just actually share that thing, like sharing your cake with your friends at your birthday. For example, Neil and Amanda bought a large pizza and shared it with their friends. Well, that's nice of them. Neil and Amanda bought a large pizza and shared it with their friends. So it's not nice to share your cold with your friends, but sharing a pizza is okay. And actually, there is a phrase that people can use to sort of remember how maybe to not share their cold around so much.
Yeah, and this is one that's actually one of the British National Health Service's kind of phrases. You'll see it on posters and things like that. It is, as Simon says, doctors say, coughs and sneezes spread diseases.
Oh, that's easy to remember.
Yeah, that's the idea. It rhymes, so it's good. So here Simon says sneeze. Sneeze can be a noun or a verb. A noun is the thing, the verb is the action of doing it. It's a body's reaction to getting rid of something in our nose. That's exactly it.
Sorry.
You might just sneeze. So it's that. It pushes whatever is bothering us in our nose or lungs out of it, gets rid of... Thank you.
Sorry.
Gets rid of dust, nasty stuff, and viruses, and it sort of pushes it out in liquid from our nose. And that's a cough, the other word we used in that sentence.
Yes.
But both of these spread diseases.
That's right.
What
Don't worry.
mean?
That was acting.
Great.
I don't actually have a disease.
Phew.
I hope. Because a disease would mean I'm sick with something. A disease is a sickness. Usually we use this for things that you can pass around to other people. We could talk about heart disease or cancer as being diseases, and they are. But in the case we're talking about here, wearing masks and washing your hands, here we're talking about things like colds and the flu and stuff like that. But a disease is just a sickness that will make you unwell, and it could possibly make you really, really unwell. So that's why we try to be healthy, to avoid diseases.
Okay, so coughs and sneezes spread diseases, but people try and make sure they don't do that. Lucia asks, how?
Okay, so how can you stop it? And Simon explains we have another saying, catch it, bin it, kill it.
Yep.
Interesting.
Another
Catch
NHS
it,
one.
Bin it, kill it. Catch it, bin it. That might be something about the garbage and kill it. Well, we'll find out what this saying means. But first, a saying is kind of a common expression, something that people sort of use to pass on helpful or important information or wisdom. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. That's another well-known one that is also related to health. So catch it, bin it, kill it.
That's right.
I got it right? Okay, explain this one to us.
Well, first we're going to look at the word bin.
Good idea, yeah.
Now, bin as a noun is just British English for trash can.
Okay,
throw
garbage can.
something in the bin. But you can use the word as a verb in the UK to bin something. Just means throw it in the bin. So if you've got some stuff, you say, oh, I don't need this anymore, I'm going to bin it. Then it just means throw it in the bin or trash can.
What should I do with my banana peel?
Bin it.
There you go. Okay, so that makes sense. But Lucia's kind of asking about this expression, this saying, because she still doesn't quite understand. How does that work? All right, she says, how does that work? So here we're using this word work. W-O-R-K, work, it's a verb. We're not talking about your job, your work. I gotta go to work. My boss at work was mad at me. No, we're not talking about work in that way. So let's find out more in word power. Now, generally, when we use the word work, we're talking about people, right? People work, they have a job, they go to work, things like that. But here, we're talking about something works. Now, if something works, well, yes, it could be your car or your bicycle or your computer. You turn it on, it works. But also just a way you're doing something, all right? A way you're doing something. If it will reach your goal, if it will allow you to be successful, it works. If you get up 5 minutes before you need to be at school, that won't work. You're you're going to be late for school. So we're not talking about a machine or a job. We're just talking about if something is effective, if it's going to reach the goal or be successful the way you want it to. For example, the doctor gave me medicine for my headache, but it didn't work. My head still hurts. The doctor gave me medicine for my headache, but it didn't work. My head still hurts. That medicine was not effective.
Okay, so Simon's going to explain this catch it, bin it, kill it phrase. He says, or saying, catch it or means always cough or sneeze into a tissue or handkerchief. Now, there's an example of using the word sneeze as a verb. We saw it as a noun earlier. Here's a verb. So catch this sneeze in a tissue or a handkerchief.
Yeah, tissue, one of those tissue papers. It's one of those little thin pieces of paper you get out of a plastic pack. You might have them on your kitchen table to wipe your mouth. You might have them in the bathroom to clean your face or clean other parts. And it's something very useful that we use lots of. And usually once you use it, make it dirty, you bin it. You put it in the garbage.
That's right. Now, we also saw the word handkerchief. This is a long word, Handkerchief, handkerchief. We put that in the sentence. The word's a noun. It's our next word power word. Let's learn more. So a handkerchief is what Mike showed earlier. It's an item of clothing like a tissue but made of cloth like cotton or silk. You use a handkerchief to blow your nose, cough into, wipe sweat away from you, clean our clothes if we spill something, all kinds of uses, and we wash them and then we use them again. There is a short way of saying this. It's just hanky, Hanky, hanky. That's a short way to say handkerchief. Here's an example. The old man used a handkerchief in his pocket to clean his glasses. That's another use of them. The old man used a handkerchief in his pocket to clean his glasses. So that's the catch it part of this whole catch it, bin it, kill it
That's
sentence.
right. And as he's explaining this saying, Simon sort of pictures himself or remembers, like maybe the last time he was sick, he remembers sneezing into a tissue.
Okay, but Lucia has a question. She asks, what if you don't have one? So if you don't have a tissue or a hanky. We use this what if it's used to talk about a possible situation and what would happen in the situation. It's a question form. Like, what if there's a typhoon tomorrow? You're asking what will happen, what we will do if a typhoon comes. So she's saying in the situation you don't have a hanky or tissue, what do you do?
Yeah, we often ask this when we're looking for someone's advice or their experience about something. So Simon has advice. He says you should sneeze or cough into your sleeve, into the sleeve of your clothing, your jacket sleeve, your shirt sleeve, something like that. That is what your sleeve is. I have a short sleeve here on this shirt, but if it was a colder day, I would have a longer sleeve. So anything that is long and has clothing that goes down over your arms, we would call that a sleeve, whether it's a dress, a coat, a sweater, or a shirt. This part is the sleeve part.
Yep, and so again, Simon remembers sneezing into his sleeve. Maybe in the UK, that's what he would have done.
Ah, all right. So Lucia's kind of thinking about, sneezing onto your own clothing. It's not a handkerchief or a tissue. She's not sure about that. She says,
Yep, but it's better than just sneezing on a person.
True, or into your hand.
Okay, so Simon then says, next, you bin it. Okay, that's the next part. Catch it, bin it, kill it. Here the word next is used to show a sequence of actions. It's after one thing, maybe before another thing. Like, first you cut up the vegetables, next you fry them in hot oil.
All right, so Simon explains, throw the tissue in the bin when you can. You see, it's much easier just to say bin it instead of throw the tissue in the bin when you can. And here, notice, we're using bin as it's more commonly used. The trash can, the garbage bin, put it in the bin or bin it.
That's right. And again, Simon remembers throwing a tissue in the trash. So, got pictures in our article to show this.
All right, now Lucia asks about that third part of the saying, catch it, kill, or
catch it, bin
it, kill it. That was the third part. So yeah, what about kill it? What's that part of the saying supposed to be about?
Simon says that means wash your hands when you can. Of course, we've been talking about this throughout the article. And it's a very important word, wash, W-A-S-H, wash. It's a verb, and as it's so important, we're going to learn about it in our next word power word section. To wash is to clean something. Could be your body parts, your clothes, your pots and pans. Basically anything you clean with water and probably soap as well. We say we are washing it. Here's an example. Eliza took a long shower and washed her hair. Eliza took a long shower and washed her hair.
And again, as Simon remembers what he did maybe the last time he was sick, he remembers washing his hands. Yeah, they say actually soap is better than that spray that people often use. It's better at killing germs and other things.
If you do it properly, remember 20 seconds, sing happy birthday twice as you wash, or
Thumbs,
anything like
fingernails,
that. Back of the hand, the whole
that.
thing. Yeah. And Lucia adds, or your sleeve, meaning you have to wash your clothes if you've sneezed in your sleeve. Don't wear it the next day. Make sure it's clean.
Yeah, and Simon agrees. So he says, right. Yeah, it's also maybe right to bring tissue papers or a handkerchief if you can.
Yes. So we're at the end of the article. We're going to go to our magic box now, then back for our review time activity.
Magic Box 找亮点。
嗨，大家好，我是 Peggy。跟你说，我那天遇到一件超奇怪的事情。我下班的时候走在路上看了一个帅哥 I saw a cute guy on my way home. He gave me a smile. 他还对我笑，我好开心。然后他走在我前面啊，路上没有其他人啊，我只不过低头看一下手机，因为你知道有人传讯息给我，总是要看一下是不是需要回，假如不重要就不用回了。就这样低头再抬头，不到1秒的时间，再抬起头发现神奇的事情发生了，也可以说是恐怖的事情发生了。And then he just disappeared. 他就这样消失了。路上有没有其他可以转弯的地方？我直到今天我还是不知道我到底是撞鬼，还是工作太累出现幻觉。总之，今天先来跟大家介绍这个跟时间顺序相关的转折词。我刚刚说了 ，and then he just disappeared. 然后他就消失了。这边的 and then 的 then 就是然后的意思。你可以讲 and then， 你也可以讲 then。除了 then 以外呢，我们也可以说 first 首先 ，second 第二，还有 next 接下来，用这几个词来表达几件事情的先后顺序。不管你是在讲故事，还是在告诉别人说，你要先做 A 啊，再做 B， 最后再做 C 的时候，要下达指令的时候，都很好用。比如说在指路的时候，你可以说 First you go down this road, next take a left on the first corner。首先呢，就沿着这条路直走，接着在第一个路口左转。那讲完了 then 啊，或是 next， 要收尾的时候，你总不可以一直 then， 然后就结束了吧？你收尾的时候要怎么办？很简单，有几个说法。你可以说 last，L-A-S-T， 或者是你也可以说 in the end。比如说你在说话的时候要结尾啊。In the end, we decided to cancel our trip to Japan. 你前面讲了很多东西，很多原因，最后呢，我们决定要取消去日本的旅行。只要学会呢这几个跟时间相关的转折词之后呢，你要跟别人说故事啊，或者是跟别人下指令的时候，就会轻松容易许多啦。那在这里也照惯例来做一个小小的测验，请将这2句食谱简单的翻译成英文吧。首先呢，把起司放到一片吐司上，然后将吐司放进烤箱里，就这2句。这是我最喜欢的早餐，请大家试试看吧。
The answer is first, put the cheese on a piece of toast. Then, 或者是 next, put the toast into the oven. 你答对了吗？
Wait for it. It's review time. 复习时间到喽。
All right, we're going to review a couple of our important word power words here with a quick fill in the blanks activity. I'll say a sentence, leave a word blank. Mike will figure out what the word is from our word powers. So, here we go. Sandy blew his nose in a blank.
Well, it could be a sleeve, but that wasn't one of our words.
Right.
Tissue, we did not. Handkerchief.
That's
it. Must have been his handkerchief. Good for you, young man. And here's another one. The other word that we are going to look at here with our sentence, my computer doesn't blank. so I want to buy a new one.
Okay.
My computer doesn't blank, so I want to buy a new one.
It's got to be a verb. My computer doesn't share. Well, maybe, but not. We can do better. My computer doesn't wash. No, that doesn't fit at all.
That would be a reason to buy a new one.
My computer doesn't work, so I want to buy a new one. Of course,
Yes.
it's broken. I need a new computer, or at least I need to get my old one fixed.
Yeah, don't wash your computer.
Definitely not. Then it definitely won't work.
Yes.
Okay, that's the end of the article today. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay healthy, wash your hands. For A+ English, I'm Pat.
And I'm Mike.
Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Culture shock! What to do with coughs and sneezes. Warm-up question. Do you always carry tissues or a handkerchief with you? Why or why not?
Simon and Lucia are sitting on the train. Lucia still has her mask on.
Do people in England wear masks on public transportation?
No, not even on the tube.
Really? So, what do you do?
If we have a cold, we try not to share it. Doctors say coughs and sneezes spread diseases.
How?
We have another saying, catch it, bin it, kill it.
How does that work?
Catch it means always cough or sneeze into a tissue or handkerchief.
Simon remembers sneezing into a tissue.
Achoo!
What if you don't have one?
You should sneeze or cough into your sleeve.
Simon remembers coughing into his sleeve.
Next, you bin it. Throw the tissue in the bin when you can.
Simon remembers throwing a tissue in the trash.
What about kill it?
That means wash your hands when you can.
Simon remembers washing his hands.
Or your sleeve?
Right. Word power!
Share. Share. Neil and Amanda bought a large pizza and shared it with their friends. Neil and Amanda bought a large pizza and shared it with their friends. Work. Work. The doctor gave me medicine for my headache, but it didn't work. My head still hurts. The doctor gave me medicine for my headache, but it didn't work. My head still hurts. Handkerchief. Handkerchief. The old man used a handkerchief in his pocket to clean his glasses. The old man used a handkerchief in his pocket to clean his glasses. Wash. Wash. Eliza took a long shower and washed her hair. Eliza took a long shower and washed her hair.
认识字汇。
Sneeze, disease, tissue, sleeve.